happens if we stand near a tree's energy for a long time and gain its healing properties. Trees are the most spiritually advanced living beings on earth, some believe, that are in constant touch and that we cannot easily comprehend, as no one has been able to teach us. Trees can help you open your energy channel and mutually heal some types of wounds. And it may be out of our mind that some people may think that we're crazy thinking so, but that would be a very rough conclusion. The healing capabilities of a tree. We know that we already have that. We touched upon that. It's a very mysterious thing. The ancient columns of the temples of ancient Greece, on the temples of even on the Jerusalem temple of the first temple that Solomon built in Jerusalem, had columns. It had columns. And the two big ones, Joachim and Boaz, and it had other ones as well. So why did they have columns there? Now, the Greek temples, we have read in the past that the columns were a way of bringing up the earth energy through the columns, and that when people would stand and mill around there as they were coming to the temple, they would pass the columns or stand near the columns, and they would have a beneficial health effect just by being near the columns, because those columns would bring up the earth energy. Like a tree. I don't know. But I haven't really looked into that, but that's what we read in the past. So the healing capabilities of a tree. Taoism masters observe that trees not only have the power to convert carbon dioxide into oxygen, but also have the ability to absorb any negative energy and turn that into something more useful for humans, they said. Trees have the potential to absorb vital energies from the earth and the universal forces from the higher dimensions. We already know that plants can feel emotions. This has happened like in the 1970s, 1960s, where they noticed that from police stations. They had their little plants in their windows, and every time a criminal would walk in, they noticed that the plant would droop. And they made research on that, and they found that, yes, plants are better when you talk to them and love them. They grow better and they grow more beautiful. The same thing we've heard with water. The water samples, when you talk to water and say beautiful words to it or even pray over it, they examined the crystals of the frozen water droplets, and they found that the crystals were more beautiful when you had positive emotions and good words or even prayer over the water, as opposed to the opposite. So trees have the potential to absorb the vital energies from the earth and the universal forces from the higher dimensions. And if you look at it from another perspective, perhaps the fires that afflict certain areas of our planet are not accidental, they said. Well, I think that most of them could be accidental, or drought, or even arson. I know in Greece, most of them are arson. Now, trees are our healers and friends. As spiritual, advanced living beings, they coexist with nature and humans. The trees are quite clever and have feelings, and at the same time, they also have conscious emotions. They have the ability to calm you down, and they can also put an end to all your misfortunes, but for that to happen, a relationship must be established between you. If you choose a tree to work with. Throughout time and history, trees have been used for various therapeutic and medical uses, and therefore some trees, such as the pine trees in particular, always have been the best choice. They irradiate the ki. They nourish the blood system, strengthen the nervous system, and ensure longevity. And these trees fill our soul and spirit. The pine trees are immortal trees. Although pine trees are usually the best choice, many other trees or plants can be used. Larger trees contain more energy. Among the strongest are trees that grow near running water. At creating communication with a tree, to communicate with a tree, you need to have the courage and the heart to understand that they too have feelings. The more you believe in it, the better your communication will be. And when you talk to a tree, you'll notice that it responds. As you choose to start a partnership with a tree, you will find in the process that they respond, that they are part of yourself, that they are very human as you bring them your emotions and are tender and humble with them. You'll also find that they have the power to unlock your intuition and help you on your spiritual journey. It may be difficult to find some specific trees, but if you do decide to approach a pine tree, sit down and feel like you're hanging out with a buddy, talk to him mentally and tell him your issues. You may not immediately hear his response, but gradually the next time you will feel that he is not sober, that he may feel and help you as if he was your best friend, the best friend you ever had. Trees that have the energy to heal, and you can choose. 1, the cypresses, the cedar trees, they reduce temperature and supply yin energy. 2, the willow trees help fight dry winds, eliminate excessive moisture from the body, lower blood pressure, and strengthen the urinary tract and bladder. 3, the leaves fill the mind and strengthen the stomach. 4, maple trees combat dry winds and help reduce pain. 5, Indian fig trees cleanse your heart and helps eliminate body moisture. 6, cinnamon trees can remove cold from the heart and stomach. 7, the fir trees help absorb bruises, reduce sweating, and cure bone fractures. How is that possible? But anyway. 8, hawthorn trees help digestion, strengthen the intestine, and combat low blood pressure. 9, birch trees lower temperature, eliminate moisture, and helps detoxify the body. And 10, the plum trees nourish the spleen, stomach, pancreas, and calm the mind. And this I've translated to you from a Greek article. So please tell me what you think. I don't know about the column. The columns, I have to do more research on that. And I want to see why Solomon was, why he asked to be tied between the columns of a pagan temple. And then did he know that he would have more energy by being put in between 2 columns? I don't know. We'll have to look into that. Anyway, the trees and the energy from the trees. In other words, the geomagnetic energy of the earth. Now, as far as the temples, we know that most of them were built on ley lines. So they did know about the ley lines of the geomagnetic forces of the earth in antiquity, and that's where they built the temples, including the ancient temple of Jerusalem that Solomon built. So I'll leave links below for you for this. Thank you. If you'd like to join me on my Patreon account, you will hear content not covered by mainstream media. These riveting stories will be based on my research, and I will state my opinions and give my personal insight on diverse and controversial subjects and world events not covered by mainstream media, and not supported by YouTube guidelines. So whatever I have on my Patreon, most of those will not be on my YouTube channel. Please consider becoming a member today. More of the most significant and important videos will be on my Patreon channel. Your support helps me to continue my research and keeps this YouTube channel alive. And we depend on your support, your generous charity, because we help economically challenged families here in Athens, Greece, in Kapota, and we also help the young generation with university tuition and the community around our church. Thank you.